Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm FroTheK. This is my showcase of what I believe to be 100% farm team for stage 30 of the event dungeon, and it sounds so simple, but I tried so many different champions and I don't know why I didn't think of it, but then I haven't really seen anyone else think about it either, so I guess it wasn't that obvious, but it just feels so obvious once you figure it out. But it's block damage, and the issue is, for me at least, the reason it wasn't 100%, there was actually two reasons, but I think this passive was the most, the one that triggered the most, because we, of course, to utilize Seer you have to have a lot of buffs, and I also use a turn meter increase, and every time you do that, Volcanus has a 50% chance to place a HP burn, and if one is already there, he will instantly activate it instead. So it turns out you do take, and it's kind of random, so it's hard to spot that at the beginning. Sometimes you don't take a lot of damage, and sometimes you take too much damage. So this was this was the main reason why I went with block damage, and it has to be block damage. It can't be unkillable, because your Eurost has to be quite above 50% health before the big hit. And also once I had that sorted more or less, I also noticed that sometimes this passive triggered. 20% chance to fill this champion's turn meter by 25%, and that made Morte Macabre. For instance, when I do have to make one hit at least. I did try some other champions, so I might have had 2 hits on the entire team, but it could be enough that just using Lydia. This is an attack, so I would use this, and Morte would go ahead before my Seer and kill her. Maybe I could have made her more tanky, I don't know, but because it wasn't always needed to have the peril as well. But yeah, block damage kind of negates both those issues. Yeah, so let's have a look. I don't think you need to have Demytha the fastest, or your block damage champion the fastest. I chose to do it. I just put some, it doesn't matter what gear you have on her. I suppose you could put shield set on her if you need more buffs or something like that, but and then I was excited to test Androck, because he has 3 buffs and a turn meter fill now after his buff, so that's perfect. Then Lydia goes with her Siren's Wail, plays decreased defense and weaken. Strictly it's not needed if your Seer is strong enough, but it does make it a lot more easy. And then Seer. She's not in the most crazy build. You could build her faster, don't have a turn meter fill. There are loads of stuff, but yeah. What I want to get across this video is Demytha, or a block champion, and I kinda wanted to get this video out there because if you don't have a block damage champion and you want 100%, there is a chance to get this infernal deck of fate, because this champion does also have block damage and another buff, so he would slot in perfectly for Demytha. I'm not saying you should go for him. I will probably go for him myself, just because I can. And I want to kind of double dip this. We have to do this. Where was it? Yeah, this event dungeon in a few days, anyways, and it happens to coincide with this deck of fate. I got a little bit bummed out when I saw we only get 800 per immortal and 4,000. I don't know. I thought it was 4,500 and 900 last time, but maybe I'm mistaken. I was also trying, because I was testing this this team for the event dungeons, we ran it like 18 times I had farmed a little bit, so I think I used, let me double check. So 18 times 40 times 40. Yeah, so I spent 720 energy and I got 600 points, so that was also a little bit less than I expected. But I do have some soul stones, and personally I haven't had much success for the 2x on either Immortals or any of them. My latest soul stone pull was during no boosted race at all, and I had so many. Of course, over time it should you should do it during boosted race, but it is kind of random anyway. So I'm more and more just thinking about these as currency for stuff I want, and I guess I do want to pick him up. So I can actually pull 6 Eternals and more than 10 Immortals. We will have Hydra. So if I can pick up, and I do want to farm Event Dungeon now that I finally have a 100% farm team. It was maybe 95% before, but I don't like the farm if it's not 100%, and I knew I would get there eventually. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at the team before. I just wanted to make a quick little video. I think we went all I think yeah, maybe we just looked at the speeds. The presets are quite simple. Demytha, of course, block damage, continuous heal, and rock. He runs his buffs and turn meter fail. Lydia, Siren's Whale. Then Seer goes, and Eurost has no other, he just uses his A1. You have to turn these off because they might get stolen and stuff, and it, yeah, just messes with the run. He's not fully booked, so I guess if I fully booked him it would go slightly faster, but it's around 2 minutes. I don't expect to farm a whole lot, I will just put it on overnight. I see this. I think there was 2 nights of that coincides with the Deck of 8, so that's more than enough. I do have some energy that I have saved and bought some time ago. So I can spend like 20-25 energy, 1000 energy if I want, we'll see. The worst thing about farming is mainly this. I'm really struggling, especially with accessories. What to keep and what not to keep and stuff like that, so yeah. That's why I don't really like to farm the event dungeon, but the gear is good, so let's just end this video with watching the run, and I suppose we could just, so this is the block damage, so he takes no damage. And what I didn't really show this time is Eurost. He is in triple Defiant. It's the exact same build that I was running in my previous video, so if you want to see his exact build you can just check out that video. But basically triple Defiant is more than enough, and I have him, he's in a very strong build. And I see no reason why you can't use the same build for a Geomancer. There are plenty of ways to do this, but I think the key to this is, as I said a few times now, the block damage. It just makes the initial start, to make sure he has enough HP to survive the first hit, because it does get increased HP as well, as long as the fight progresses and his passive increases his HP pool. And of course the 2 masteries. I didn't show them now, but they are in my previous video as well, so if you are curious about that, it's basically 2 masteries that one of them gives increased healing when you have fear, and you will always have fear when the big nuke comes, and the other one is that you take less damage. So both of them combined really makes a big difference. So as you can see, if you want to test your build, you just, because these heals, especially the heals, are quite steady. Almost 30k now, with the fear 33.8. So you just have to check, is your heal bigger than the nuke? As long as it's always bigger than the nuke, you can't really die. Also, I'm healing less now because I'm using a different aura. I don't have a HP aura anymore, so if you have a champion that would slot into this team with a HP aura, that would be safer. But yeah, this works for me, so 100% I'm quite happy. Hope you get to make this team yourself. As I said, you don't have to use Euros. If you have a blessing, it will be a lot easier. Maybe I will pull a blessing from him. He's actually in my wish list now, so of course nothing exciting, but yeah, 26 points, 40 energy. So that was a poor return, but I'll see in a couple of days and make up my mind then if I actually want to go for Grekus, was it? But at least I will farm some event engine anyway, so hope you get there as well. Good luck.